Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's reading. It has been a little while, so good to be back, you guys. I have a bunch of decks here with me, and my goal today is just to see what messages come through that we need to hear at this time. I'm kind of being called to a couple different decks here, and I'm dropping cards like crazy. I don't think I've ever used my Light Seers Tarot deck in any of my YouTube readings, so hopefully today we can start with this deck. Let me just grab the card that fell here. Funny, it fell upwards, the Nine of Swords. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that as a sign that Spirit has something to tell us through this. As I shuffle the cards, you all can set your own intentions for this reading, that these messages may reach you when you need to hear them the most, and that they contain helpful guidance for you, all of you in the Twin Flame Collective. All right, so these cards are already starting to flip over here. I'm really being drawn to this white butterfly on the Nine of Swords card, and I'll show you guys in a minute. But Nine of Swords in traditional tarot is like, sleepless nights, anxiety. But because this card has so many crows flying overhead, and this girl is actually outdoors next to the sea, this tells me that this is really just speaking about the upheaval of emotions in the process of a transformation. So this is the white butterfly that I'm talking about here, if you guys are able to see that. That for some in the collective, emotions are really running high right now because there is a transformation taking place. And this is confirmed by the Death card here, because if you look at the center of this head wrap that this death personified is wearing, there's a whole new world back there. So even though it looks right now like, times and things are extremely tumultuous, there's a rebirth coming in. But you can't see this rebirth, because even though you can see it clearly in this card, this person here has her face covered, her head down. She's so immersed in these emotions that she can't see what's waiting for her on the other side. It's just literally beyond her vision at this point. So let's get some clarifications. Why is this person feeling these upheavals? What is it that they are purging and releasing, Spirit? Ace of Swords. Mental exhaustion, mental stress. So somebody that has been in their headspace a lot lately. And if you notice the spiral here, I'm hearing spiraling thoughts. But through these spiraling thoughts, we have two rays of light coming out. So what this is telling us is, as these thoughts continue to purge through these upheaval of emotions, the light at the end of the tunnel is being revealed here. Now this, if you put these two together, actually, as you spiral through your emotions and you're releasing, you are allowing this light to shine through that maybe was captive in the back for so long. It's shining through right here, where you're starting to be able to see a glimmer of hope. So when you are in this phase, with your head down and just immersed in your emotions, you don't know that actually at that time in your head, this is what's happening. And it's giving way to this rebirth right here. This is such a beautiful sequence of cards. So let's get some more insights into what this rebirth is. What type of rebirth is coming in, Spirit? Can I get a clarification on the Death card here? Five of Swords. So for some in the collective, there might be a lot of conflict around you right now. There might be a lot of mental stress in terms of people in your surroundings and feeling trapped in certain situations, maybe not knowing how to end karmic cycles so that you can move forward into the life that you truly do want. You know, and maybe a lot of this has to do with codependency that leaves you feeling like, you know, I'm exhausted, as in the aftermath of a battle. Yeah, you're fighting a lot of mental battles here. You're spiraling in these mental battles. Look at this person holding his head like he has a headache. Yeah, there's a lot on your mind. There is absolutely, and you know, swords also is of the air element. So let's see, what other messages do we need to hear? What type of upheavals might be going on around you in your surroundings? King of Cups. You are being guided to nurture and love yourself the way that you are currently giving to others. We have the Two of Wands here. Okay, so notice that this King of Cups is almost like in a meditative state here. He's sitting outside by the calm waters. There is a ship coming in, you know, or a sailboat coming in from the back. And here's this person looking out the window with the Two of Wands and thinking, there's a whole world out here that I want to explore. There's a whole world out there that's waiting for me. And through this meditative state, they're thinking about this world as if looking from their inner window and trying to figure out how to get there. You know, trying to figure out their route, per se, for how to start living this life that they are just visualizing internally right now. So tell us more, Spirit, about this Two of Wands. Oh, Queen of Wands. So what I just heard Spirit say is rediscovering your inner passion, rediscovering your inner strength. So the Suit of Wands is of the fire element, and this has to do with your spirit. You know, this has to do with your soul level desires, with your physical desires, mental desires, fantasies you may have, and also really stepping into your true element. So as you are in this meditative state, after, you know, a long period of just mental fatigue and exhaustion, you're starting to learn to look out the window, so to speak, as this person in the Two of Wands card is doing. You're starting to look out of the window of your own mental cage, and you're starting to visualize what else is out there, what other opportunities are out there for you, and how you can go about achieving them. This is how you visualize yourself in this energy when you start to make progress toward or achieve that goal of bringing that world that's right now outside your window into your own life, when you either step out of your mental prison or you are able to magnetize that world to you in some way. I'm going to get a Kipper card here and see what else do we need to know about the Two of Wands and the Queen of Wands. What world and stepping out of your mental imprisonment are we talking about here? Thoughts. Yeah, see, you're spending a lot of time in your head, so this is just a confirmation See this person kind of visualizing their feminine in their thoughts. This is the twin flames in the collective right now, really spending some time, like, I'm hearing planning and thinking things through. So this is not just sitting there and, like visualizing for the sake of fantasy. This is visualizing for the sake of what could my next step possibly be. And there is a lot of going over, what happened in the past, despondency over missed opportunities, which is why this Two of Wands card is really standing out, because there's so much remorse over having missed those opportunities in the past that now you are just determined to get your wish fulfillment. It's like you have all your cups lined up here, right? Every cup you own, and they're standing there just waiting in the upright position to be filled with your desires by the universe. So you're really spending this time. This is not just a meditation. This is like mental manifestation taking place here. Notice how this person has almost like an aura around his head. That is you signaling to the universe what you want and being really specific about it so you can attain it. Just like, think of these two lights as those signals that you are projecting out into the universe with your desires, so that they can be brought to you in the way that you desire them. So I'm hearing that for a lot of you, you're finally being really, really precise with your manifestations. And this is what's going to allow you to see movement in the physical 3D. So notice this Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This tells us that movement is coming. Some good news, some emotional fulfillment is coming for you, Divine Feminine. Divine Masculines are these messengers. They're preparing. They're really sitting there like in actual preparation. I'm getting an image of somebody like sitting at a table and writing out notes on a notepad of, planning how they're going to approach a conversation with you. Yeah, because they view you as this Nine of Pentacles, this amazing, independent, stable, financially independent, powerful woman who is just in her element and is completely okay with being single, is completely self-satisfied at this point that, a physical 3D connection with my Divine Masculine is something that I truly desire. But now I'm at that high vibrational state where I know that I don't need it. It's just something that I want. I am able to fill my own cup. I have my own stability. I've grounded myself. I've started to live my life purpose. And I'm able to do pretty much anything and everything I can conceive of in life on my own. But yes, I do still want my Divine Masculine. But I know that it is not a need any longer because I'm able to fulfill my own needs on my own. The Judgment card. So there's two energies that I'm picking up with this card. And number one is that karma clearing is almost complete. And number two, I'm hearing the red string of fate. So with this card, I'm hearing that you cannot undo what fate has tied you to already. So you've come to this realization, this is why you're in your Nine of Pentacles energy, Divine Feminine, that you have a divinely destined, fated connection with your masculine. And what the higher powers have put together, nobody can tear asunder, right? It's just, it's there. You've reaped, you've sown all your seeds. You're watching them flourish and they're ready to reap now. And you know that no matter what you do, you will have your divine masculine's love forever. Like, this is a fated connection. This is something that you cannot run away from, that you cannot undo even if you tried. So that is what gave you that security to fully step into your Nine of Pentacles energy. Look at that. This card just popped right back out. And here we have the Strength card. You found that inner strength. And you know, the feminine energies that I'm connecting to today are really, really ascended energies here. You know, yeah, sure, this does have to do with the sign Leo, and you might have Leo energy somewhere, anywhere in your chart, but you don't have to. This is really talking about finding strength through your higher self, within yourself, tapping into that strength that you didn't know you had because you leaned into the darkness of the unknown. And you learned to trust. You learned to trust your angels, your guides, the higher powers, and yourself. And that trust is what gave you your rebirth. I love it when my tarot deck completes my sentences for me. That is exactly what gave you this rebirth. You ended that tough cycle of feeling like you're stuck in the unknown, feeling like you're stuck in this mystery land. And that is what allowed you to walk away from what no longer served you. And what did that result in? That resulted in this energy here. And what is that going to result in further? That is further going to result in this energy here, your Queen of Wands energy. Divine Feminines, you should really be proud of yourself right now. I want to use the Soul Connections Journey deck to see what other messages or indications come through about this energy. What is happening between the Divine Feminines and the Divine Masculines in the collective right now? By the way, this deck is by Sacred Space Readings. You can buy these on Emily's Etsy store if you're interested. So there we go, the unknown. This is something that you're still leaning into, Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. There's so much transformation going on in some connections right now that there is really a lot left to the unknown that you cannot see. And all you do know is that separation hurts. There's heartache for sure, you know, and because you mirror each other's energies, you can feel that your counterpart is also suffering that same heartache that you're feeling. This is giving you some solace that yes, they do miss you too. You're no longer in that energy of questioning, does my counterpart even think about me? Now you have so fully acknowledged that this is a soul level connection where the energies are mirrored, that you're learning to be comfortable in the silence. You're learning to hear what is unsaid. You're learning to tune in to your counterpart's soul self. You are almost becoming clairvoyant with this energy and are comfortable communicating through 5D energy exchanges. This mask doesn't fool you anymore. For many of you, your counterpart may have been wearing a false mask in the physical 3D, not making their feelings known, almost like gaslighting in a way, you know, where you know that they feel a certain way, but they're not letting on to it and they're not admitting to it. That doesn't fool you anymore because you're so clairvoyant in your own energy field with your counterpart that you see right through them. It just does not fool you anymore. And this is the cycle that's transforming and ending, this codependency. If you remember the first card when the Nine of Swords popped out from the Light Seers Tarot, I was drawn to that white butterfly. And this spoke to transformation. this is also what's transforming, is that codependent energy. If you remember me saying, you know, not knowing how to end certain karmic cycles, well, all of that is about to change, because look what we have at the bottom of the deck: commitment. This is commitment to yourself, commitment to your higher self, your spirituality, and your connection, which will ultimately lead you to commitment with one another. And I just saw 2022 on my recording timer as I said that. So if you minus the 0, it's 222, which is like an I love you from your twin flame. Really, really confirming that this mask doesn't fool you anymore. This mask holds absolutely no power over you or your well-being or your mental state anymore. And that is such a big progress that's been made here. I really love this energy that is coming through. Let's see, what other deck am I being drawn to here? I'm going to try and see if any more Kipper cards come out, since we only got one from that deck so far. So any other messages, Spirit, for what's going on between the masculine and the feminine this week? Toil and labor. Yes, the divine masculines especially are really working hard at, you know, bringing their plans into fruition in the physical 3D. Like we heard before, you know, they are really sitting at a desk and taking notes, like I said, about how to pursue a conversation with you, how to make contact, how to just give you something tangible in the physical 3D. Well, they are working hard at it, and they're really thinking hard about it. And you, divine feminine, you're here in this energy of expectation now, where you're not questioning anymore if this is coming. You know that this is coming. You're expecting it. It's kind of like ordering that package from Amazon, right? Like, you know it's going to ship on a certain date and you have an estimated time of arrival. You can probably feel your own time frames within your own energy field at this point. Because like I said, some of you are actually becoming clairvoyant, you know, through this connection and the energy exchange with your counterpart. It's opening your chakras up. It is clearing out your crown chakra and your sixth chakra, which is the third eye. And you're actually able to see what you didn't see before. And you're realizing, just like the Judgment card, that this is a soul connection that's fated, divinely guided, protected, and destined. That this is something, it's almost like the law of the universe, that this union is going to happen. And you've realized this on a higher self level, and even on a physical 3D level, to where it's really become a blessing for you, because you don't stress about stuff anymore. You're sitting here in expectation, like, yep, I know that package is coming. I'm just going to focus on my soul purpose. I'm going to focus on work. I'm going to focus on me. And I know that my counterpart is coming. I really love that. That is so empowering. That is extremely powerful. Let me see. Let me shuffle through the tarot here and see if anything else wants to come out. I'm feeling like the message for tonight is pretty complete right here. If I shuffle a few more times and no other cards come out, then I'm going to just channel some messages from the divine masculine to the feminine, and we will close out the reading. With the Six of Pentacles here, all I'm really hearing is that the divine masculine wants to be generous as he comes into this connection, because he sees the divine feminine so fully meeting her own needs, and really feeling the sense of regret for not giving her what she deserved in the past, that he's really realizing he has to be generous here. The Fool, you guys. That leap of faith, that renewal that you've just been waiting for. And if you look at, you know, just just that little flower pattern at the bottom where the water is. It's almost like I'm seeing it like stars twinkling in the sea, that this is really going to be like a fairy tale moment. And here we have that generosity. And I'm really being drawn to the blue colors in these cards, which highlights the element of communication, the throat chakra center. So if you had a counterpart who used to hold back in communication, maybe used to ghost you, or just not give you what you needed in terms of a conversation, or just any kind of verbal attention, conversational attention, that's all about to change. Our separation is ending. You cannot make this stuff up, guys. That is a divine masculine to the divine feminine message here. You know in your heart, I'm always there. What did we say earlier? Like, you're just in expectation mode now. You just know. You're not even stressed about this anymore. You just know. And lastly, take time to do what makes you happy. What did we say with the Queen of Wands energy, the Two of Wands? How to materialize this world into your physical 3D reality, or how to step into it yourself, right? So that you can start living your life purpose, you can start doing you basically, and not worrying about anything else, and just allowing your counterpart to magnetize to you. And at the bottom of the deck, don't go anywhere, I am coming back. Absolute reassurance here from your counterpart, I'm coming back. So that is it for tonight's reading, you guys. Thank you for joining me here. Be sure to come join me on Instagram as well. I'm going to leave my handle in the video description box so you can come find me there. I run pretty much daily specials on reading, so if you want a personal reading from me, that would be the place to do it. If you want to purchase my Twin Flame Manifestation Affirmations, that would also be the place to do it. Just direct message me. And I do hope that I see you all on Instagram. We have a really beautiful high vibrational soul tribe over there as well as over here. So I look forward to meeting you guys. But if not, I will definitely talk to you all again in the next reading video. Have a beautiful night.